Hi guys, and welcome to part 2 of our Matchbox PB4-Y privateer build. This is a project that my young lad and I are getting through at the moment. In part 1 we looked at the box and the sprue and various bits and pieces. This is quite an old kit from my stash in the attic, and this is one that I built with my father about 35 years ago, so now we are building one ourselves. As you can see there, we have got this far. We are looking at a situation where we are ready to put in the canopy and a few other bits and pieces. We have decided to leave the landing gear up, and we're going to put it on a stand for a shelf in our living room. As we were doing this, we had a few pilots and gunners that were missing, and what we did was we got some of the Revell pilots and ground crew set from the Royal Air Force pilots and ground crew set by Revell, and utilised those for the waist gunners, who are in this position down there between the tail. As you can see in this area here, there's one on each side, and for the top turret gunners as well. We didn't put one into the rear turret because it was a little bit difficult, wasn't it? Was it not that much room? Sure wasn't?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were just about to fit the front turret there, as you can see there, and we had a little accident. It actually came apart in my hands when I was putting it in. The the clear fix by Humbrol hadn't taken very well to the paint, or I hadn't applied enough of it. But either way, anyway, it didn't take very well, and the piece actually came apart, which was actually quite fortunate because in the instructions, just to show you here, it shows, as you can see there, one in the middle. That's the kind of ball turret for the front section. It shows that there's no gunner inside there. And then it goes into that assembly there, which is the piece that's at the front of the aircraft, whereas the top turrets, as you can see in this section here, do have a gunner. Now, when we did that, when it came apart in my hands, we kind of had a second chance to put a gunner into this little section here, which is the kind of the floor part of the ball turret, and there's the kind of armor glass part there. This is the other side section, which will be adjacent to this on this side here. So we had been using the Revell ground crew and pilots for other members of the crew. So this is the little piece we're going to use. We're going to slot him in here. If you can just imagine him sitting or standing in there once I glue him in. I'll have to trim him for size and that to see if he will fit in accordingly. I just give him a little paint job. There's nice detail in those little figures actually. I've just done a video on that particular set. You can have a look at that and check it out. They're quite small, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. So I'll be putting on the magnifying glasses for this one. Now, this is the sprue here, is it, Ev? Show me that. Can I have that, please? Thank you. So this is the sprue we're using from the Revell ground kit guy or air crew guys, and they're the type of figures there you can see in the bottom left corner that we're going to utilise for the turret gunner. Can I just have a look at the box of that there?
Okay.
Cheers, thank you. So just if you hadn't seen it, that's the Revell pilots and ground crew Royal Air Force World War II set that we're using for those figures. So it's coming along. We're waiting for some paints that we were missing. We were short two. Unfortunately, two we were short are the kind of the top and bottom section, the underside and overside of the aircraft. But they have been ordered and will be with us soon. So we're going to crack on and get a bit more of this done. We'll just show you the other side of it there. Just move the canopy there, that's ready to go on. So as you can see, there's a few fit issues with it, in fairness, because the plastic is so old. There was some small warping that had occurred around the wing root area, and this panel here which goes in, there's some alternate parts. Actually, do you have the alternative part there, please? I can know the other piece, the one that goes with the British or the French one. Yeah, cheers buddy. So that is there's the alternative parts for that section there, and we decided we're going to go with which one was it? The American one, yeah. So in the American one, it's this particular twin gun setup that you use here. But as you can see here around this section here, the fit isn't great, so a little bit of filler, a bit of sanding will be done prior to painting. Also, there's kind of join lines here that are quite visible. This particular wing root section here isn't great, and around here, due to some just warping, I'd say, from just the fact that this kit is probably 40 years old, but at the same time it's looking fairly good. Good little effort on his part, I think, and we're kind of looking forward to getting a few final bits and pieces together of the kit itself, and then giving it a bit of a paint job. So that's basically it. What do you think of it so far? You like it?
Yeah, it's really good.
Really good. And you were saying that they used these for other things after the war. What did they use those for?
Fire airplanes.
Fire airplanes?
Yeah, to take out the fire and they drop water.
They drop water, cool. Yeah. So he's done his own little bit of research on YouTube, so he discovered that these things, once they come out of military service, they ended up fighting fires as opposed to setting fires by dropping bombs, which I think is a nice little karma turnaround. But anyway, so that's that. We will crack on with this over the next couple of days. Once the paints get here, they've been ordered, so they should be with us in a day or so. And we'll have all the filling done and the basic fit and finish and all that will be completed by then. So that's it, lads. That's basically it. Like and subscribe if you'd be so kind. Check out our other videos, and we look forward to, I suppose, getting you covered in paint. I take it, is it?
No, I already did.
You already got covered in paint today, you did. Came home from school covered in paint. Right, well, that's it, guys. We'll talk to you again soon. Stay tuned for part 3, which will be the final part of this video, which will be up in a couple of days. Thanks a million. Take care. Bye-bye now.